You know, I'm not kidding when I tell people that I feel incredibly lucky. You know, every day since I died has taught me something. It's all been borrowed time. Um, because I'm supposed to tell those people out there how insignificant that this reality is, but at the same time, how important it is that each one of us complete our insignificant part. Okay? Um, there's no defect or missing places or incompleteness or anything else in God's universe, this reality that He's created. When you think of everything coming from nothing, you understand how ignorant we are. Right? It's it's a mind bender. It's almost like trying to grasp the infinity as more than just a concept. It's like you can't do it. You simply can't do it. I've tried so many ways and so many days and so many videos to describe what I went through, and all I can do is just repeat it and talk about the the life lessons and the truth, the reward, the reward, as well as the torture of carrying that burden. You see, I think that people that know me understand why I wouldn't I would not want to have to live with the truth of everything every day, because that's what I see. Um, I think it's my job. It's my fucking destiny to do that and to be a grumpy prick, because somebody needs to talk about the shitty stuff. Somebody needs to make talking about, the fucking world flooding and burning, and, somebody has to do it. Somebody has to. It can't all be this ridiculous, stupid, just childish bullshit when it comes to what humans find as their priorities. No one escapes. That's what it's almost like that's where my happiness derives from, the knowledge of how fucked up man can be to man. I know that's a difficult concept. What I was shown in detail you can't imagine unless you're having the experience had me backpedaling. I wanted to know, well, why do we do this? And when they told me, it was so simple and so meaningful, yet so simple, again, so simple an answer. But see, I didn't have a human body. There were no instincts. There were none of that exists in you there. The animal body is left behind. What is there is spirit. And they told me the answer, and that was all I could think about for many, many, many years. For many years after I came back, it stuck with me. It was PTSD, big time. Nobody escapes their responsibility. And if I didn't talk about what's going to happen. Yeah, it's unpleasant. It's unpleasant to think about all the methane. I talk a lot about methane. I talk a lot about ice. I could talk more about how fucked up men are to men, but that's what I do in my little videos about the rip-off scam products and stuff, okay? Now, I could talk about machine gun nests being built every 200 feet across this giant fence in Pakistan so that when everybody tries to flee India, Pakistan's prepared to defend itself against innocent people who are just trying to escape someplace dry. So you see, rising water is going to displace and billions of people, and it's going to change the way everything operates, from the value of real estate to how much money gets spent on military budgets. Everything will change when the people finally go, oh fuck. And it's not that far away. I've told my granddaughter, you prepare your daughter that by the time she's 35 years old, okay, she needs to be educated in these areas, okay? This property where we are at this elevation is going to be the elevation around the entire Sierra Nevada Pacific Range, okay? Where it will be above water. It will not be so high that temperature kills plants. And there will be a band all the way around the inner bay that will become the new quote unquote shoreline for the state of California. There's no doubt in my mind that in 200 years, the room I'm sitting in will be worth $500,000 a square foot, because they'll be farming vertically then. Now, think about all those people that are going to have to move into that space, what they're going to have to pay for it, what the justification for labor and a market of consumption. I doubt that at that point people will be into fetishized purchasing as a way of continuing the world. Yeah. Man can be so shitty to man. And I'm not talking about mental disease. I'm not talking about a mental disorder. Like these, the people who pick up a gun and go kill, 25 people. Those people are mentally fucked up. They may have a manifesto that says it's because of the Brown invasion, and President Trump told them it's okay to shoot the murdering rapist Mexicans. That's mental disorder, okay? But there are people that will kill thousands, and they wear a suit and a tie. And they're not looked at as mass murderers because they sold cigarettes to everybody. And now that the United States has gotten wise, they've now shifted their entire cigarette smoking campaign into Africa. Hi, baby.
Love you.
Love you. The truth is so fucked up. I can't really talk about truth and the world and its condition without it being fucked up. This is why I tell people, don't sub to my page, because it's not mentally healthy over a long period of time, because the truth will start to sink in. I know that people, when I tell people about the entire upper part of the planet being methane, some of them actually go check. and they find out it's exactly what I said. So then when I talk about the under support for Thwaites Glacier now being gone, that the glacier has receded from its footing and is now floating like this, that's when they start cracking and breaking up because they're sucking in warm water from underneath. And just like Larsen A and Larsen B, all that same stuff happened. When I say that, some people go look. And what you find is I'm telling the truth. I've spent so much time torturing myself with the truth that I feel I have a right to get some kind of therapy by using YouTube for it. I'm sorry. I tell people don't sub. It's not a pleasant experience 90% of the time here. All of my web pages are dedicated to my near-death experience in one way or another. And for those people who would think about harming themselves, get help. There are many helplines available, and that it doesn't work. That it doesn't work. There's no such thing as reincarnation. Time and space doesn't exist in that near-death place. You will sooner or later, because I tell everyone, again, over and over and over, decade after decade, when they showed me God, I understood that where I was with all love, happiness, all knowledge, I mean, that it was nothing compared to God. And I knew that instantly, and that's why I came back. So I could live this fucked up existence to get to this point right now where I could tell you everyone pays the price. You're not allowed to quit. There is no reincarnation. Everybody gets one shot because it's an individual lesson. Okay, it's not like, oh, well, I fucked up, I'll get to try, I'll be better next time. No, that's not the point. That would be a stupid fucking point. Okay, the point is to have your individual experience added to the whole. The lessons you learned, everything. Okay? Yeah, man can really be fucked up to man. And I see it. Somebody has to do it. Someone has to do it. Someone has to talk about it. The press doesn't talk about it. You don't hear them saying anything about methane. It's not even, it's persona non grata. No one wants to speak the word. No one wants to talk about methane hydrates. No one wants to talk about what's going to happen when we reach a temperature, which we've already reached, where the permafrost starts thawing. And that gigantic storage point of methane is released. All that, I mean, we're fucked. At that point, we will have altered the Earth's atmosphere to a point where, you've set the dominoes in motion and there's no stopping it now. And we've clicked past these tilting points over and over and over. And that's not fun to talk about. We're talking about my great-granddaughter's future. It's not fun to talk about. I don't enjoy talking about it. I really don't. It's fucked up. But if I don't do it, who's going to do it? If I'm not the grumpy old guy that's telling you facts, all I ask in return is that when I have a fucking chip on my shoulder and I want to get rid of it, you know what I mean, that I can come here and get a little therapy. But I'm not going to lie to you. I've never lied to any of these people on here. They know I expose myself completely here, okay? This is the fucked up part of me that I've always hated, which was the part that could not unsee the evil in the world. My world instantly flips when my great granddaughter opens that door and comes running in here yelling, "Grandpa, Papa!" My whole world, there's a switch. And I am the luckiest, richest man in the world. They told me that I would be rich, but not in the way I was thinking, but that I would be rich. And I really never understood that. I understood it in a philosophical way, but I never thought that I would feel it. But I truly do. It's not all bad for me. And this is what some people don't understand. They want to say, "Oh, you're just a grumpy." No, listen, you're hearing the fucking truth, man. You're not talking about what I said. You're talking about why I said it or why I'm the one saying it, etc., etc. Okay? You can't argue about the facts that I present. I just wish man could be better to man. It wouldn't take much. It wouldn't take much. Uh, the first thing, it would be nice if we didn't have a Veterans Administration, which means we just stop having fucking wars as a way to solve our issues and our problems because some motherfucker wants it that way. Nowadays, it's usually one guy that's, got the stick up his ass that he stirs shit up with. But to see just so many scammers ripping people off. I'm not talking about muggers. I'm talking about white collar fucking, using technology and flashy, audio visual lying with terms people don't understand. It was microdium crystals. When I was growing up, they had the magic mirror with microdium crystals. I remember that just clear as day. It was just all scammy, scummy shit back then. It's like I say, people haven't changed. People have been doing this shit to each other for thousands of years. There are just people who are bad in their core. Their animal would in nature be kicked from the pack. But humans, oh yeah, they go on to fucking Wall Street and greed is good, and it's no one escapes what you've done here. No one does. That's what keeps me sane. It's what lets me enjoy my happiness with my friends and family that love me, because I know it's the only thing of value in the universe, and I have more than my share of it. More than my share of it. So don't diss me when this is my job, man. This is my gig. Everyone should fucking know that by now, okay? This is what I talk about here, because it needs to be talked about. People need to be reminded. The facade that civilization, is wearing right now, it's like I said, plastic in the deepest part of the ocean, plastic in the highest part of the world, and plastic in my bloodstream. It can't be doing too good. Check this guy's page out. Computer Clan. Yeah, pretty cool. The guy, he covers a lot of scams and how they do it. And the trouble is they're all the same. Sleight of hand, subtle lies, techno babble, and then they go after the weakest people through the cheapest links possible. And the desperate people. See, they prey on desperate people. And there's nothing worse for the species than that, It sucks. Now, see, this was a therapy session. This was a therapy. And not so much about philosophy, guilt, ice, methane, and I needed to get that out because some people don't appreciate what I do, the honesty and the having to think about fucked up shit all the time because every the whole world is designed to try to hide it. Okay, everybody enjoy the Super Bowl today.